What's going on, everybody? So I must have missed a recall yesterday. I would have added this to that yesterday's video about the F-150, but I didn't see it in the article I read, and I just read another article about this one, but I do believe they both happened yesterday. But Ford is issuing a recall on some 2020 F-Series Super Duty vehicles and 2021 E-Series vehicles. Now, this is a very small recall, but it's a pretty important recall in my opinion. I mean, there's some serious stuff in here you may want to have checked out. It's a total of only 319 vehicles in the US and Canada is what one article I read. When I read the one on Ford's website, I didn't even see a number, but on another article I did see 319, so I'm not sure that number's right or not, but in the other article, that is what they stated. But here's what's going on. Some vehicles may have low amounts of axle lubricant. This can result in a bearing freezing up, leading to components breaking and the drive shaft separation from the rear axle. So it could lead to something inside the drivetrain in your, apparently your rear axle, and if that breaks, it could separate the drive shaft from the rear axle. So that's a pretty big deal. If the rear axle pinion stem breaks, the loss of motive power and loss of part brakes. So apparently if that breaks, obviously it's going to separate the drive shaft. You're not going to have any momentum, moving forward. And it also says you won't have any part brake, which is probably the scariest part about the thing. Unless you're like on an interstate or something, you're driving at a high rate of speed, then that thing breaks and you lose, forward mobility. You never know what's behind you. It could run into you. That's just like a worst case scenario. But if you're parked on a hill and your parking brake goes out, terrible things could happen there. It should stay. If you have an automatic, it should stay. I don't even know if they offer manuals in those trucks anymore. But if you have an automatic, it should stay parked. But if you have a heavy load behind or something, these Super Duty trucks do haul heavy loads and Super Duty vehicles do haul heavy loads. So you never know what may happen. It's just best to go get this checked out. So they're also not aware of any accidents or injuries at this time. What vehicles are included are the 2020 F-Series Super Duty built at the Kentucky plant from January the 12th through the 14th of 2020, and the 2021 E-Series built at the Ohio plant from January the 2nd to the 16th of 2020. Now what will happen is if you get a recall notice, you'll be taking your vehicle in. The dealers will check the differential fluid in your vehicle. If that fluid is at the normal level, you're good. They'll send you on your way and you're good to go. If it is low, they will replace the rear axle assembly is what it said. So if it's low, they should replace the whole rear axle assembly of your vehicle. Like I said, this is a pretty important recall for a little amount of vehicles, but you still want to get it checked out because you don't want this to happen to your vehicle. You can call your local dealer, give them your VIN number, and if you're in the date range here, and they should probably be able to tell you whether or not your vehicle is affected by this. And I'd urge you to do that because you never want your part brake to go out and you never want your drive shaft to separate from your rear axle. Appreciate y'all watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.